It's not. You guys hear me okay or not? Why you're not hearing me like you should be? Let's try this. Let's try that. See if that cuts in anywhere better. As it should. I don't know if it will or not. Let's try that. So that is where that is. So get that a little louder now. Alright, now we should be a little bit better. And I don't know what exactly happened there, but let's hope that works. And we get set here for the heat. We got 6 drivers here for the Pro Late models tonight. We got Trevor Carew out there in front. Dean Reynolds there in second. I guess it's 2 heats. Anthony Morano there in third, and the number 32. Matt Barber there in fourth, and the 16. Billy Roberts in the 99. Back here in fifth, and Ricky Shreves for LGR Motorsports in the 56. Starting in sixth. All right, now that's rolling. We should be okay now for the sound. I'll keep an eye on it. We do have them coming here into the line. 8 laps the distance for your GG Drywall. They work there now, off 1 and 2. Here at Lernerville. Great job for Shaggy TV on the first 2 series tonight as I was putting my way slowly around Lernerville tonight. Didn't seem to have the speed out of the car that I needed. As they come here off a turn 4, green flags unfurled, they're down and away. Dust flies into corner number 1 as you see Trevor Garou down there on the inside. Dino up on the high side trying to make something happen out there early. As the high side starts to gain that momentum, and unlike the modifieds, outside lane is going to prevail a little sooner here for these late models if you can get it to hook up. And you watch the 75T there of Trevor Garou out front there on the bottom side. That outside lane still powering down the Dino there. Leading it up on that high side of the track. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dino has a bumper ahead of Garou. As Garou fights there on the bottom, Dino getting a great run. Morano back here behind Garou, trying to get on the bottom, can't quite get there now. Barber's up there to the high side of that 16. Here comes Morano trying to slide it on through. The 56 of Randy Shreve down on the bottom side. Billy Roberts falls back into 6th. Keep rolling here at Lernerville for your heat number 1. Of your pro late models tonight. 4 laps to go here in the heat. As Dino is out front leading the way here as they roll off turn 2. Matt Barber there in 2nd. Trevor Garou there in 3rd. Anthony Morano there in 4th. As they slide it there now down across the line with 2 laps to go. Heat 4, heat 1. Down there now off corner number 2. Down the back straightaway here through 3 and 4. The 16, they're going to try to take a shot. Couldn't quite get there. No! Morano up and into the wall around here on the final lap. As they now work there off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Dean Reynolds out there in front. Trevor Garou there in 2nd. Matt Barber there 3rd. Randy Shreve now wait a moment there as they come across the line. Dean Reynolds holds on there for that victory. As Trevor Garou finishes there 2nd, Matt Barber in 3rd. We'll get their results here in just a moment of your Heat 1. All right, here is your Heat 1 results. We got Dean Reynolds out there getting the win. Trevor Garou there in 2nd. Matt Barber 3rd. Randy Shreve there 4th. Billy Roberts 5th. Anthony Morano there in 6th. All right, now here into Heat number 2. We got Ryan LZ out there for JWR Motorsports in the 027. Starting out there on pole with Jeff Sharp to his outside. Running in 2nd in the number 280 from Thunder Ridge Racing. Row number 2 on it inside for Gambler Motorsports, the 72 of Zach Chapman. There starts 3rd in and to his outside for FTM, the 23 of William Watson there in the number 4 position. And to round out the field here tonight in 5th, the 639 of Dylan Kinsey, also driving for FTM here tonight. So Shaggy's going to put it down there in that 2nd row, going to try his best to get up there and put on a show there in that number 72. In that McDonald's machine here tonight. Working there now off turn number 3. Pace car pulls off. They go down there into 3 and 4. Green flags unfurled. Here they go. Down there across the line in the corner, number 1. Down there on the bottom goes Zach Chapman. A great start here. And Jeff Sharp there now goes to second. Ryan Elsey all the way back now to the back. And Jeff Sharp now pulls it upside there, but alongside the 23 of William Watson. Chapman trying to battle it out there in the middle. They roll it down there and hang on to it. There's the 280 of Jeff Sharp rolling there now. Off turn number 4 down here in the corner, number 1. The 23 there, going to slide it on up there. Chapman going to pull back underneath. Here in the corner, 3 and 4. And out here on the 1 or across the line here. Sitting about 5 laps to go in heat number 2. As Chapman's out there in front. Dylan Kinsey there in third. Jeff Sharp fourth. Elsey there in fifth. So great to see. Shaggy's having a much better luck here tonight than what I did there in the third late model than what I did in the modified series. Now you see him take that thing around the racetrack here at Lernerville here tonight. My own track. And I couldn't really perform here tonight. Oh, well, that's just the way it is here coast to coast. It is a tough field, and I just have not found that speed that these drivers have yet. As you watch Shaggy rolling through 3 and 4, Watson all over his back bumper as they come to the line. 2 laps to go. Watson dodging down there to the inside. He's going to tighten up there on the high side. Chapman's going to get back underneath him. Sliding down here through 3 and 4. And not an O, and he gives them the bump, and up into the outside wall goes Watson. Chapman comes across here. White flag in the air. Dylan Kinsey there second. Jeff Sharp there in third. Chapman giving the right rear to Watson. Then they come there off the corner. Chapman gets the win. Dylan Kinsey second. Jeff Sharp there third. Ryan Elsey there in fourth. All right, getting here set. Let's take a look at your finish results for heat number 2. Zach Chapman there in front. Dylan Kinsey there getting second. Jeff Sharp third. Ryan Elsey there fourth. William Watson in fifth. We'll be back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right, back here at the Speedway, they're going to finish up warm-ups. As you watch there from our Clinton cam here tonight. Checker flag waves, we're getting set to rock and roll here for your feature. Your starting lineup will look like this. Dean Reynolds out there in the front. Zach Chapman in second. Trevor DeRue there in third. Dylan Kinsey there in fourth. Matt Barber there fifth. In sixth, Jeff Sharp. Seventh, Randy Shreves in the 56 for LGR Motorsports. Eighth going to the 027 of Brian Elsey, driving for JWR Motorsports. Row number 5 on that inside line to 099 of Billy Roberts. William Watson in the 23 for Full Throttle Motorsports. Got that car back together and out there to start in the back on the outside of row number 5 and 10. Anthony Morano in the number 32 for FTM will roll off and start 11th here tonight. All right, here we go. Down there, out of corner number 3 and 4. Pace car is off. They're getting set to rock and roll. Here we go. Off of turn 4, the green flag waves. The dust follows here in that corner number 1 as Dean Reynolds gets up to a great start down there on the bottom side. Chapman now doing a great job up there on the high side as company from Trevor DeRue. Down there on the inside. Oh no, Dino already in trouble off of turn 4 along with Brian Elsey as well. The two of them go off a turn 3 and 4, not even a lap complete here. As Chapman falls back there into second, so Shaggy running up top there, got the 639 and Dylan Kinsey there behind him. Matt Barber trying to make some moves down there on the inside, can't quite get there. They're 3 wide for the lead going through turn 1 and 2. Jeff Sharp there in 5th, Watson there in 6th, Randy Shreves there in 7th, Morano down there on the bottom, trying to make that bottom work here. Can't quite get it. As they fight for position there, you watch Watson grab a hold of that bottom grass. Coming there out of turn number 2, 27 laps to go. Here you watch Trevor DeRue out there in front, followed by Zach Chapman. Matt Barber there in third right now. Dylan Kinsey, though, he's up and off of turn number 1. Matt Barber sitting there in third. Jeff Sharp up there along the high side. William Watson there in 5th. Randy Shreves there in 6th. But look out, here comes Morano underneath him here. Through turn 1 and 2. Going to check it down there a little bit. That gives Randy Shreves a little bit better run off the corner than what Morano does. Jeff Sharp up there on the high side. Watson gets in front of him. Randy Shreves looks to the inside. Jeff Sharp now. Jeff Sharp's up there on the high side. Got to keep it all together there. And now we see Zach Chapman has company from Matt Barber. And Matt Barber got to his inside there for a moment. Could not make the pass, though, as they come there off turn number 2. That outside lane for Zach Chapman. Working a little bit. Oh, no, and Chapman, Shaggy, goes off turn number 3 and 4. Gonna fall back clear into 10th, maybe 11th now. Now there you see Ryan Halsey roll through. There's Zach Chapman now. Shaggy trying to run it back through there. 275, Trevor DeRue, Matt Barber there in 2nd. William Watson there 3rd. Anthony Morano 4th. Billy Roberts 5th. Jeff Sharp there in 6th. With Randy Shreves there in 7th. Dylan Kinsey there in 8th. Dean Reynolds there in 9th. They keep it rolling through there. Trevor DeRue no hold of the lead with Matt Barber 2nd. But William Watson hangs on to 3rd with 20 laps to go. Morano back here in a 4th, bringing it up 7 positions. just like William Watson, who's also up 7. Jeff Sharp back here in 6. Randy Shreves there in 7. Guru still hangs it out there in front as you watch him. There in second position, William Watson now off the track. He goes for a spin through turn 3 and 4. So another one bites the dust there off turn 3 and 4. No caution though, as they all keep it together, keep it straight. They get it back underway there. You watch. There comes Andy Morano there off the high side. Billy Roberts there in 4th. As Roberts struggle here a little bit tonight. And there you see Guru. He's getting company though from Matt Barber. Matt Barber's trying to find that little bit of grip. They're off the corners to slingshot him up there beside Trevor Guru. They work there now off turn 2. He's just a little bit lower. Coming there off the corner than what Guru is. That could pose good. Well, there we did a real good line through 3 and 4. Going to go there up top once again through 1 and 2. But not enough as that bottom there through 1 and 2 still prevailed just a little bit better. But Guru closes the gap there through 3 and 4. So he's got to try to figure out, Barber's got to figure out where to go through 1 and 2. He knows 3 and 4. You want to be that high side. He throttles it, pedals it there through the corner right there behind Guru. And they now run similar lines through 1 and 2, just a little bit lower there for Matt Barber as they go here through turn 3 and 4. Barber just hanging out there into second right now. Andy Morano got himself back up there in the third around Billy Roberts, Jeff Sharp. And oh no, Randy Shreves off the backside of corner 3 and 4. Chapman back here in the pits. William Watson back here in the 7. It's a tricky track here at Lernerville. There is no outside wall to keep yourself contained. Watson has trouble there, and he's all tore apart down there on the inside of the raceway with 11 laps to go, going into the infield, so out of danger. Down there on the inside goes goes Barber, trying to get up there to battle with Guru. Morano sitting here in third, trying to keep it on the track. Does not want to go back off the high side again. Billy Roberts, there you see Jeff Sharp, Nino back here in 6. He's had a decent start here to the night, but now he's struggling here, trying to get that thing around Lernerville, looks like, as he got it just a shade too sideways there through turn 3 and 4, sliding it on up. There through 3 and 4, getting around Dylan Kinsey. Randy Shreves back here in 8th after he fell off. Up there at the top, Trevor Guru trying to stay ahead of Matt Barber, but Barber getting a hold of things here. 7 laps to go. As we might see Barber make a run at it here before the end of this race. They go there through 3 and 4. Heading towards the front straightaway here for no time. We got a lap machine by Ryan Elsey. Maybe becoming a factor here. We'll see as the race goes on. There goes Barber down there to the inside, trying to get some grip down there as they pedal off 4. Had to fall in line there, not enough there as he tries to get that shot off turn number 2. Here now into 3 and 4. He'll ride the high line again. And get up there behind Guru. I think Barber is maybe just a shade faster, but the problem in lies, he can't quite make the pass here. And that's what Barber's facing, is just trying to get that grip to make the pass here. What Guru to really make a problem for himself up there on the high side. Barber really doing a great job keeping the pressure on him there, and they come off turn 2 with 3 to go. Down here through 3 and 4, up there on that high side, similar pace scheme on those 2 machines as they roll down here into 1 and 2. And you got Matt Barber there in second. Trevor Guru out there in front. Morano sitting there third tonight. Roberts there in fourth. Jeff Sharp there in fifth. Off turn 4. Across the line with the white flag unfurled and waving off of 2. Trevor Guru down the backstretch. What to hang on to it there. And Matt Barber looks to the outside. And it's not going to be enough. Trevor Guru holds them off. And Trevor Guru is heading the victory lane here at Lernerville, bringing home the victory for your GG Drywall Pro Late Models here this Thursday night. Great job there for these gentlemen. They come around for their pictures. Here for the victory. You see those 3 FTM guys, I believe there were 3 FTM guys on the boat here. Man, oh man, my God. Here we go, as we get set here. Your feature results are as follows. Trevor Guru getting that win. Matt Barber in second. Anthony Morano in third. Billy Roberts fourth. Jeff Sharp fifth. Dean Reynolds there in sixth. Dylan Kinsey there in seventh. Randy Shreves gets eighth. Ryan Elzey finishes ninth tonight. William Watson there in 10th. And Zach Chapman there in 11th. Both those 2 drivers there at the bottom of the board did not finish. They are down many laps. So tough break for those 2 drivers tonight, as Lernerville did not play nice to them. All right, now we'll get with your leaders here at the top of the board. Starting here with, let's see, get this thing running. All right, let's get over to here. We'll get with Anthony Morano, your 3rd place finisher. Good evening there, Anthony. How's it going?
Hey, Adam. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing extremely well. A little warm here in the booth, but beautiful night nonetheless here for Lernerville. And, man, you look like you had a little bit of trouble there through 3 and 4 early on, but you overcame that and brought it back into 3rd place.
Yeah, a little out of practice. I went from a VR to a single monitor, so it's a little tricky. So getting used to it a little bit at a time. I'm not on here all that much, so it's just learning basically, and had a night off of work. So hopped on here and played around and saw what I could do.
Well, I would have to say that's a huge difference going from VR to a single monitor.
Yeah, it sucks, but I'm learning. Gotta give thanks to Clay. He gave me his settings for the neck rotation today. It makes a huge difference when you're trying to run the top. So learning bits and bits, pieces and pieces, and hopefully we'll get it figured out for running points Monday nights.
Alrighty, well, you did a great job there tonight, Morano, and you got sponsor shout-outs, people you want to thank for getting 3rd place here in the Pro Late Models this Thursday Thunder night.
I thank the boys over at FTM, my wife Sherry, Dean and Superhero Car, Logan on Lens, Expert Installation, Casper Flagstone, Swan Speed Shop, Vertex Graphics, G&G Drywall Services, Papa G for sponsoring the division, Shaggy TV, Adam, you for doing the broadcast, Trevor for doing the admin work, and everyone coast to coast behind the scenes making this deal work.
Alrighty, well, great job there again, Morano, and hopefully you have yourself a great night, and we'll see how well you do through the rest of the season wherever you can race.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Anthony Morano there, your 3rd place finisher. Now we'll get with Matt Barber. Good evening there, Matt. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. What a night there at Lernerville. It looks like you tried all you could. You kept the pressure on Guru, just unfortunately he didn't budge.
Oh yeah, that's Trevor for you. It's very hard to make him make a mistake. He's pretty picture perfect every race. Yeah, if it was more than one lane, I felt like I could have maybe got him, but I wanted to make it a clean move, and sometimes it bites you in the butt if you want to be clean, and you know, you kind of give him a little too much, and I could have slid up and parked on his nose if I wanted to, but I don't like doing that. So yeah, I'll take a second. It was a hard race. It was a good race, and I enjoyed it.
Oh, great job there, Matt. And am I seeing things, or do you guys run a similar paint scheme together?
Yeah, no, I got it to work this time. I got the wrap on at the right time. We just, I don't know, one night Tyler at Vertex Graphics had a design that was up for grabs, and me and Trevor both went in on it, and we just kind of decided to do like the same look, and it came out pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of it, and the both times we've used it together, we've pulled away from the field, so it's pretty cool.
Well, you did a great job there tonight. bringing that 16 there in the second place. You got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Of course, Tessie Mechanical as always. Like I just said, Vertex Graphics, Tyler Bowman for hooking me and Trevor up for these awesome wraps. Big shout out to Trevor for running a flawless race like usual, and Anthony Morano for rounding out the podium. Of course, you for sponsoring the series, Regal Wraps, and for obviously for putting on the broadcast.
Well, I'm
Just
not.
shout out
It's
to everybody.
it's actually GG Drywall this season.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Yeah, last time it was you, and well, shout out to GG Drywall, and of course, like I just said, you for putting on the broadcast as always, and yeah, that's about it.
All righty, well, great job there, and hopefully we'll see more of you out there in the upcoming weeks. Great job out there at Lernerville tonight.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that was Matt Barber. Now we'll get with Trevor Guru, your winner here tonight at Lernerville. Good evening there from Victory Lane. Trevor Guru, how are you tonight?
Good, you?
I'm doing fabulous. A little warm, but, beautiful night nonetheless. Kind of take us through. How nervous were you with that 16 right there?
Oh, definitely really nervous. I mean, he's really good in these cars, especially at Lernerville. So knew it was probably going to be, Matt, if anybody, kind of just they're all race, and I kind of assumed going in he was probably going to be, the guy to beat, and I kind of got lucky there with Dean kind of making a mistake, and then had Shaggy there on my butt for a bit, and ended up being Matt. But yeah, like I said, he's really good here. So definitely knew had to hold him off. Unfortunately for him, it's just he was much faster. It's just really hard to pass here in these cars. You lose so much momentum on the exit of 2 and 4, so it's just tough to pass. But I mean, I just told Matt any other track and he's probably winning this thing. But either way, a win's a win, and we'll be back next week.
Well, and to say the least, he didn't go down not trying. That is for sure. He gave it his all and definitely tried a couple spots to try to get under you. Just like you said, it's just that outside lane right now. The track wasn't worked in enough to really let that bottom work for him.
Yeah, it's tough, and sometimes it's hard to get like you throw a slider, but the car won't rotate like you think it will, and you kind of just back out of it. I think Matt did that a couple times. He just wasn't happy with the slider, and maybe he pushed a little bit and just backed out of it. So I mean, that's just credit to the driver that Matt is. He's a very good driver, very clean, respectful, and yeah, it's a pleasure racing with him. We just had a race a few weeks back here at Lernerville, and it was basically the same thing, just Matt all over me and me hanging on for dear life. So props to him, and props to Tony there on third place. It was fun.
All right, well, you got sponsor shots. Anybody you want to thank for getting that victory here at Lernerville tonight?
Yeah, I just got to thank GG Drywall Services for coming on board, sponsoring this stuff. Thank you, Flieger, for broadcasting it for us. Thank you, everybody at C2C, for giving us a place to race. I want to thank my Uncle Paul, my cousin Steve, for constantly watching and supporting me. Greatly appreciated. Thank you to Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Swan Speed Shop, Dean Rounds with the Super Dirt Car Series, all the sponsors on the car. Really appreciate every single one of you, and hopefully this is the second win of the season, but hopefully lots more to come.
Well, I mean, you look great out there, and both those cars look great. 1, 2, almost chained together almost there in the closing lap. So, I mean, both of you did a great job. Hopefully we'll see you again next week there, Trevor, as you take on yet another track here for the Coast to Coast Racing League. And so have yourself a great night and a great weekend.
Yes, sir. You too, Flieger. Thank you.
All right, that's Trevor Guru, your winner here tonight from Lernerville. Thank you all for tuning in here to Flieger Farm TV, Coast to Coast Racing Network, as we brought you on the pole from Lernerville. We are going to sign off now. Thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great night. Coast to Coast Racing Network will bring you more racing action next week. As for FFTV, we'll be back live with SRA tomorrow night for some short track racing. You might not want to miss that, as we have a great time on Fridays doing some short track racing with street stocks and late model stocks on the asphalt. So join us over there at FFTV tomorrow night for another episode of On the Pole. You guys have a great and wonderful night. Good night.